Hey guys, well, I got a couple of exciting packages and I would like to share them with you. That's how I start most of my videos, isn't it? So first, I got this black box. And it's from Sigma. So I think I've talked about it, but I love to watch Samantha March. I found her later. I've not been a huge fan for a long time or anything, but I have found her just recently and I've fallen in love with her videos. And so she just did a collab with Sigma and I ordered it. So it's the Samantha March Favorites set. So it says, Sigma Beauty has been a special brand to me from the beginning of my career. They were the first brand to send me an incredibly thoughtful PR package and make me an affiliate. Releasing a bundle with them feels surreal. The Rosie eyeshadow palette is the perfect on-the-go palette, and with a few of my staple brushes included, gorgeous eye looks are at your fingertips. So you get the Rosie eyeshadow palette, and then you get 3 eyeshadow brushes. So here's what the packaging looks like on the palette. This was a palette they already had, so it wasn't like it was a new palette. These are just some of her favorites that she like collaborated on a little bundle. So you save money getting it in a bundle. So this is what the palette looks like. And then here are all the shades. Really, really pretty. It reminds me a lot of her palette she did with Ofra. So here's her Ofra palette. And here's the Sigma palette she chose. So they're very, very similar in a lot of ways. Different formulas, of course, but they're very similar in a lot of ways. Since there's only 9 shades, let's swatch. So here are all the swatches. I'm going to go from top to bottom. This is Demure, Primrose, Flutter, New Mod, Morganite, Poppy, Fantasy, Regal, and Jasper. So they're all the shades. Really beautiful. So I'm going to use my Believe Beauty Lock-It eyeshadow primer. This is in the shade Translucent. Out of the two, I like the shade Universal better, but this isn't bad. So here is the E30, which is a pencil brush, which is really nice. It's very dense, but not too dense. Like you still have some movement. Then you have the E44, which is a firm blender brush. So again, it's dense, but not too dense. So you still have some flexibility with it. And then this one is the F70, which is a concealer brush, but she likes to use it to pack her color on her lid. So you can use it for a few different things. So I'm going to take the E44, which is the firm blender, and I'm going to go into the shade Primrose right here, and I am going to put that in my crease. I'm also going to take this first shade Demure. It is like a very light baby pink, and I'm just going to blend around the edges there. So it changes it just a bit. I'm going to take New Mod right here. I'm going to pack that in this outer corner and then blend it through the crease just a bit. And I have to use this shade right here. It's called Poppy. And I'm going to tell you why. My nieces called my dad Poppy instead of like Grandpa or anything. They called him Poppy. That's what he called his grandfather. So I just have to use that shade. So I'm going to put a little bit right here. I'm going to keep it concentrated right there in the corner. You remember the trick I said, if you get up a little bit higher than you want to? I'm going to take this Demure shade here and just kind of blend up there again. So I went ahead and cleaned up the edges just because I got a little crazy there on the end. But that's the beauty of doing your makeup on your eyes before your face. So I wanted to mention to you on this gold shade here, it's a beautiful gold, but it has some very beautiful pink reflex in there too. So just want to let you know. Okay, so I'm going to dip into the shade here called Flutter on my finger, and that's going to go all over the lid. Oh shoot, you know what I should have done? Try this brush. So this is the F70 Concealer, but I'm going to try it to pack some color on my lid. That's really pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a tiny dip into that poppy shade and just kind of gently blend those two shades together. And I mean gently. And then sometimes when that happens too, to blend stuff together, I just take another shade. So I'm going to take some of that gold and just tap it right there. I really like this palette. It's beautiful. I think it's a really good fall palette too because it has some warm tones in there, and it just looks really beautiful. It's very rosy. I'm going to use the Acne Fighting Putty Primer today. I mean, I'm really digging in there. I really like this stuff. So I just scrape a little out and then put it between my fingers. Then I'm going to use my Hailey's Beauty Reset Liquid Matte Foundation. It's looking a little weird in here. But it also has some oils in it. But I also have the Hailey's Beauty sponge to try today. So it looks like it doesn't have like really big pores to soak up the product. And it reminds me of the Nakia Joy one. So let's try this and see. I know that looks like a lot of product, but I just put very thin lines. So I like how squishy it is. I'll take my e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette, and this, I like to use this shade here. I'm going to use my favorite cream product brush. This is the F3 from the Bling Brushes Rose Gold set. I think the product that you use is important, but the tool you use to put it on with is almost just as important as the product, because if you use the wrong tool, it's not going to turn out right. So that's why I love this brush so much. I feel like it just helps me blend everything so seamlessly. Okay, so I have another package and this one is from Hailey's Beauty. That's where I got my little sponge from. And so first of all, let me show you something. So I have my bag that I took upstairs. Once I moved all my stuff down here, I needed makeup upstairs like daily, you know, because when it's early in the morning, like for work and stuff, I'm not going to come down here and get ready. So I had taken and put a couple of powders that I was getting ready to run out of, but I wanted to just use them up. And one of those was my Hailey's Beauty powder. This is the Retouch Perfecting powder, and guess what? She gone. So I just finished this up yesterday, just yesterday, and I had already ordered this because I wanted to go ahead and restock on it because it's so good. So I got one of these, the same thing, but it's just different packaging now. So it is in a white, like creamy packaging. It's a little different. So that's what it looks like. So at least I used a setting powder and I'm replacing it, you know. But the reason I ordered it is I wanted to get this. This is the Rewind Blurring Full Coverage Concealer. So they reformulated and redone a lot of their stuff. They're repackaging like their foundation. I was going to get a new one of these, but they're redoing it and they've not come out with it yet. So this one just says coming soon on their website right now, or at least when I made the order it did. So as soon as they come out with a new one, I'm going to get a new one of these. But they're redoing all their packaging and stuff. So the old concealer I must have gotten rid of, but this is what the new concealer looks like. So it's like that creamy color packaging too. But oh, when I got it today, I was looking at it and like it's like half gone already. So maybe it's supposed to be that way, who knows. But I got the shade Light Neutral, and it has one of these applicators, so it's like the Huda Beauty. So I'm going to squeeze up just a little. Let's squeeze it up, and then well, I got the wrong shade. I'm going to blend this out, and then I'll probably put a little bit of lightening concealer over top of it, but I'm sad. That looks so good though. Okay, so I just took some of the powder out in the cap here, and I'm just gonna dip in with my sponge. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer. It's not a bronzer, but we've already established this. And it's in the shade Reserve Your Cabana, and I'm just gonna dip in with a brush. Oh, it's making a mess. And I'm gonna put some under my eyes and see if I can brighten it up a little bit. Did it do much? A little bit. I'm getting low on that one. I'm also going to take my Jaclyn face palette and see what I can do. I like just a little bit of a brighter under eye. I have like a shadow or something that's cast over here, and it looks like I have a black eye or something. I promise I don't. Okay, I'm going to use my Juvia's Place Eye Sculpt Eye Shade Eyebrow Pencil. It's in the shade Medium Brown. And then I'm going to use the Eye Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Pen in Medium Brown. Let's start back old school and do some Hoola bronzer, shall we? And then we've not used this in a while, so let's use our Lunar Beauty blush palette, and let's stay in these like deeper tones here, I think. I just dipped in those three. Back to the palette. I'm going to go into a New Mod, and I'm just going to buff that on my lower lash line. I'm going to take the pencil brush, which was E30. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Demure shade and just buff along that too. You're going to have a little bit of fallout with these shades, but trust me, it's not that big of a deal. Really not. Since we are using Samantha's collaboration with Sigma, let's go back into her Ofra palette and use her highlighter, which is Dream Chaser. And I think that they did release this as a single highlight, so whoa. I think I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pastel Dreams eyeliner. This was in the shade Baby Pink. Okay, I didn't like that one, so I went in with my ColourPop Exit, which is just white. Ever since I used this, I can't quit. This is the Tarteist Double Take Eyeliner. I love this. The liquid liner is my favorite, and it's just so smooth. Like, there's nothing better, so I'm going to use that. Well, I didn't let my liner dry, and I was looking up under my eye, and yeah. This is what happens when you don't let your liner dry. So, I'll tell you how to take care of that. But let's do lipstick while we let that just leave it alone and let it dry. I'm going to go into the Ofra Long Lasting Lipstick in the shade Story. So I just take my spoolie and I'm just going to rub over it gently. Most of it is gone, not all, but most. And then I'm just going to take my brush that I had and I'm just going to go over it. And then I just went over it and can't even see that it was there. Okay, so I put that liquid lipstick on, and then I'm going to take just a little bit of a lighter color. Let's see. I have this like mini and it's called Sao Paulo. So I'll put it in the center, and then I'm going to dab. So it makes it not as dark, and it makes my lips look bigger. I'm going to throw it way back to Roller Lash too. This used to be my favorite. I don't know how long ago I've used this in a video, but I love Roller Lash. Alrighty. And then one last thing, I promise this is the last thing. We are going to put on the Peony Lip Gloss from her Ofra collab, Samantha's Ofra collab. Took me a minute to get here, but we are here. Finally here. Yeah, so a couple mishaps here and there. Concealer being one. I wish that I got the right shade. I thought I was looking at their swatches on their website, and it looked like that was lighter than what it was. So I was gonna get fair, and then sometimes when I get fair, I end up getting too light of a shade, and it's hard. It's really hard. So anyway, my mistake. It worked out with the Jaclyn powder. It kind of lightened it up. In person, it actually looks a little bit lighter than it does on camera, but maybe I'm just delusional too. That could be the case. But anyway, it's just maybe I can use it to spot conceal. I might not be opposed to using it. It doesn't look bad. I just like a little bit of a brighter under eye. It just makes me look a little bit younger. And I'm all about that under eye. If you don't know, I like to work on that under eye. And then I was talking about how good this liner was, and then I messed it up. But I promise you, it wasn't the liner's fault. It was my fault. I literally lined it and then went like that with my eye. It's not this. I've been using this so much, and it's so good. And the line on it, it's a felt tip, but I promise you, it is just the smoothest line. I'm not falling in love with a liquid liner in a while. So I don't use a black like kohl liner all that often, but if I do, I'll use this one. So it's not bad at all. I just don't use it all that often. So yeah, I think everything turned out really well. I do like this palette. I can see myself really reaching for this and using it quite a bit, and I really like this palette. I like the brushes. I really like Sigma brushes. They're really good. I love the Haley's Beauty powder. We've already established, I just went through one. My skin is looking, sorry, I had a little black speck. My skin's looking really good today, and that's a combination of that e.l.f. Putty Primer. It's a combination of everything, but that e.l.f. Putty Primer and then the setting powder really will make your skin look really good. Usually I have like massive pores on my nose that you can really see. Today you don't see them as well. But yes, check this out. If it's still available, I don't know, but I think that they even have this palette by itself. So even if you can't get like the set, you can definitely, I think, still buy the palette. So this is a good one. And Sigma Sigma formula is amazing. Like, I have other Sigma palettes I love. I have 2 palettes from Sigma. I want more, but you know, I'm trying to rein myself in a little bit. But the first Sigma palette that I bought was this one, and this is the Untamed palette, and it's just gorgeous. This is going to be a really good fall palette. And then Samantha actually talked me into purchasing this one. This is one of her favorites, and it's the Sigma Quarter Rosa palette, and here's what it looks like. Really, really beautiful. Some gorgeous shades in there, so love that. But that was a Samantha made me buy that one. So yeah, I'm happy to have this. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I like the look that I was able to create today. I think that I like these warm and cool tones on the eye. Like, you have a warmer pink, but then you have a cooler purple, and it's really, really pretty. So I like it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that it was entertaining, and if you have any of this stuff, if you have tried Sigma, let me know your thoughts on it. If you tried Haley's Beauty, let me know what you think about Haley's. I'm definitely going to get some new foundation from them when they reformulate and repackage. I don't know if they're reformulating, but they're repackaging. That's what they're doing. They're repackaging. So yeah, definitely going to do that, and I'm excited for it. So be on the lookout. I think that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.